Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we unpack a stack of information and really try to extract the most important nuggets of knowledge. We want to give you that shortcut to being truly well-informed.
Yeah, cutting through the noise.
Exactly. And today we're diving into something really fascinating. I mean, it's a conversation between a seasoned movement pioneer and artificial intelligence.
That's right. We're exploring these, well, quite radical ideas about human movement and looking at what traditional science might be completely overlooking.
And this all stems from concepts explored by Terence Hughes in his new book, The Invisible Epidemic.
Precisely. This deep dive is based on some unique excerpts from a dialogue between Hughes, who's, a 74-year-old movement expert, and an AI.
Wow.
Yeah. And our mission here is really to uncover the insights from this pretty extraordinary exchange. We want to reveal how a new perspective on movement can, well, transform our understanding of health, of vitality.
Making visible what falls through the cracks, right?
Well, exactly. Making visible those critical details that, often just get missed in the conventional approaches to wellness and physical activity.
Okay, so where does this journey, this conversation begin?
Well, it starts quite simply, actually. Hughes just asked the AI to research a specific paper, something on high-intensity interval walking training, or IWT.
IWT, okay.
And this is where you immediately see the AI's power, right? The original paper, it couldn't load it for some reason.
Oh, okay, a glitch.
A minor glitch, yeah.
Yeah.
But the AI just instantly pivoted. It conducted this comprehensive research on the fly, pulling multiple related studies from this well-known group of Japanese researchers at Shinshu University.
So it adapted immediately.
Instantly, showcasing its ability to, synthesize vast amounts of information almost in real time.
So after doing this quick research dive, what did the AI actually find? What did it highlight about this interval walking training from these, let's say, traditional sources?
Right. So the foundational stuff came from Dr. Hiroshi No's and his team. They did studies with a pretty decent sample size, like 246 healthy middle-aged and older adults.
Okay.
And the results, well, within that conventional framework, they were impressive. IWT significantly outperformed just, moderate intensity continuous walking.
In what ways?
In improving physical fitness, muscle strength, and blood pressure. And what's also quite interesting for any exercise program, really, is the adherence rate. It was 95%.
Wow, that's huge. People actually stuck with it.
They stuck with it, suggests it's practical, sustainable for the participants.
I remember reading a detail from those studies. Participants reported feeling, what was it, about 10 years younger. That's pretty striking.
It really is. That's a powerful subjective outcome, isn't it? And it backs up the numbers.
So what were the specifics, the measurable stuff?
Well, they saw a 13% increase in knee extension strength, 17% in knee flexion.
Which is important for just getting around, right?
Yeah.
Especially as you age.
Absolutely crucial for mobility, daily function. And their peak aerobic capacity, that improved too. About 8% for cycling, 9% for walking.
Okay.
Plus those significant reductions in blood pressure, all contributing to that feeling, that sense of renewed vitality you mentioned.
So solid, measurable benefits from this traditional IWT approach.
Yes. Achieved within that standard framework of exercise science, no question.
Okay, so let's unpack this a bit more. Hughes acknowledges this IWT research is valuable, to a point.
Right.
But then he asks the AI to compare it to a chapter in his own book, The Invisible Epidemic, which kind of signals, okay, IWT is good, but maybe there's something deeper missing.
Exactly. This is where the conversation really starts to deepen, and frankly, where the AI's analysis gets fascinating.
How so?
The AI started spotting these surprising convergences between the conventional IWT stuff and Hughes's, well, more radical ideas.
Like what?
Well, for instance, the IWT research, kind of unexpectedly, actually validated one of Hughes's core insights, that circulation degradation precedes movement degradation.
Whoa, okay. So problems with blood flow show up before you have trouble moving.
That's the idea. It's quite counterintuitive, but the data seem to point that way, even in the IWT studies. A huge connection.
Interesting. What else?
Well, both approaches, Hughes's and IWT, they implicitly reject that sort of reductionist idea that just more steps equals better health. They move beyond just quantity.
Towards quality, presumably.
Towards quality, yeah. And also, IWT's rhythm, that 3-minute alternating pattern. The AI saw a direct connection to Hughes's ideas about rhythmic decline in human movement. Like there's this natural biological rhythm we often lose.
Okay, so some common ground, but Hughes also talks about critical limitations, right?
Yeah.
The blind spots.
Right.
What falls through the cracks in that traditional IWT approach?
Yes, the fundamental gaps. So despite the clear benefits we talked about, IWT has this significant unidirectional bias. It's all about forward walking.
Just straight ahead.
Just straight ahead. It completely misses lateralization, side-to-side movement, rotational movement.
And why does that matter so much to Hughes?
He argues it creates what he calls circulation dead zones.
Dead zones.
Yeah, because without balanced multi-directional movement, certain pathways in our, vast circulatory network don't get properly activated or nourished.
Like you said, only driving forward, never turning left or right. Parts of the system get neglected.
Precisely. And there's also no innovation in IWT using unstable loads. It misses things like Hughes's water bottle breakthrough, using everyday unstable objects to challenge stability in new ways.
Okay.
And critically, while IWT is effective in its lane, it operates within the existing exercise science paradigms. It kind of misses a deeper systemic crisis in how we truly understand and approach human movement.
So it's treating symptoms, maybe, not the underlying issue.
That's a good way to put it, yeah.
Okay, so this brings us to maybe the tools themselves, the flaws in how movement is even measured in these traditional ways. Hughes mentions IWT's heart rate target myth,
He does.
arguing it misses crucial things like peripheral heart action, circulation and assimilation, and metabolic inflexibility, big terms there.
They are, but the observation is brilliant. And it's not just a flaw in IWT. It really pervades the whole exercise science paradigm,
Right.
which raises that huge question. If the current metrics are flawed, if our compass is broken, what should we be measuring?
It's not that metrics are bad, it's that we might be measuring the wrong things.
We're measuring the wrong things entirely, getting caught up in what Hughes calls metric mythology.
Okay, tell us more about this heart rate target trap. I mean, it sounds like a cornerstone of fitness, right? Go run at 70% of your max heart rate.
It absolutely is a cornerstone, but it's fundamentally flawed.
Why? What's it missing?
Because the traditional approach, IWT included, is stuck in that reductionist thinking. Walk at 70, 85%, walk at 40, 50%. They're treating the heart like this single pump that just needs to hit certain RPMs.
Okay.
And it completely ignores what Hughes understands about, distributed circulation networks. It's not just the heart, it's the whole system.
Like focusing on the car's engine idling speed, but not whether the wheels are on or if it can turn.
That's a great analogy. Exactly. Is it actually getting you where you need to go functionally? And AI actually calls out several things that are essentially useless to measure from this perspective.
Like what? What's useless according to this view?
Age-based heart rate zones. They can be wildly inaccurate for individuals, sometimes off by 20 beats per minute or more.
Okay.
Lab-based VO2 maximum oxygen uptake often has little relevance to how you move in the real world.
Right. Doesn't translate well.
BMI, body mass index, we all know it, right? Height to weight ratio tells us almost nothing about body composition, muscle quality, metabolic health.
Yeah, it's famously limited.
And core stability measured with isolated muscle tests, like holding a plank. It completely misses how the core functions dynamically in integrated movement. These measures often deeply misleading.
So if those are the misleading metrics, the broken compass, what's the true north? What should we be measuring for true movement intelligence?
Well, instead of isolated things, we should look at integrative capabilities, real-world stuff.
For example,
cross-lateral coordination capacity. How well does your brain integrate movement across both sides of the body? Can you, say, walk backward while coordinating opposite arm and leg patterns? That reveals deep integration.
okay, that sounds challenging.
It can be. Then there's multi-directional movement fluency. How well do you handle moving sideways, diagonally, spirally in daily life? Not just forward.
Right, getting out of that forward-only rut.
Exactly. Circulation symmetry are both sides of your body equally responsive, avoiding those dead zones. Movement variability, can you adapt your stride, your rhythm, your patterns easily to different surfaces or situations?
Adaptability.
Adaptability. And fundamental tests like getting up off the floor to standing transition. It's sometimes called the nursing home test of independence.
Wow. Simple but profound.
Very. Plus, integrating breathing during complex movement and true recovery intelligence, how well your body restores and adapts, not just rests.
And you mentioned the AI specifically calls out the BMI fraud and the core stability myth. These are huge concepts in fitness.
They are huge. and hugely misleading, according to Hughes. BMI, like we said, tells you zip about muscle quality, circulation density, movement capacity, metabolic flexibility. It's just a number.
They're a very limited number.
Very. And the core stability myth, Hughes argues it's become one of the biggest deceptions. You see people doing isolated muscle tests, plank holds.
Right.
But maybe they can't coordinate walking with varied rhythms. Strong core gets measured statically, while dynamic stability through movement is lacking.
So the core isn't just about being rigid.
No. The powerful insight here, and it's transformative, is that the core isn't a fixed point. It's dynamic. It's, as Hughes puts it, in the circle, it's in the wave.
In the wave. Okay, that sounds like it leads somewhere interesting.
It leads somewhere genuinely mind-bending. Hughes introduces this revolutionary teaching method he calls the wave gestalt.
Wave gestalt. Okay.
When teaching something as basic as walking posture, instead of separate cues, lift your chest, lengthen your stride, you know the drill.
Yeah, the usual sort.
He teaches the step as a wave energy transfer through the whole system.
A wave energy transfer.
And the change for the learner is reportedly instant.
Instant. How?
Well, this is what the AI identified as maybe the most profound teaching methodology in movement science. Traditional teaching, it breaks things down mechanically.
Fragmented instructions.
Fragmented instructions. Lift this, engage that, swing this. And it often leads to movement that feels fragmented, effortful, kind of disconnected. The body's treated like separate parts.
Right, like a collection of bits rather than a whole.
Exactly.
So why does this wave gestalt approach work so differently? Why the instant change? What's the learner actually experiencing?
With wave gestalt, you're not consciously trying to control each little piece. Instead, you're guided to feel the step as this wave energy transferring through your entire being, from the foot, up the leg, through the spine, maybe even out the fingertips. The result is this immediate sense of whole body integration, an effortless quality transformation. It's pedagogical genius, really, because you're not forcing separate movements, you're uncovering the wave-like motion that's already built into our biology.
So it's inherent. We just need to tap into it.
It's inherent. You're just making visible what was previously obscured by maybe effort or fragmented thinking.
So instead of focusing on the parts, it's about feeling the flow, the natural rhythm, aligning with how we're actually designed to move.
Precisely. It's that moment where mechanical effort just dissolves into organic flow. Isolated parts become integrated systems. Conscious control shifts to unconscious, intelligent movement.
Exercise becomes something else.
It transforms from a chore, maybe, into a demonstration of your body's innate wisdom. Like in floor work, instead of strengthen your core, Hughes might teach roll through your spine while integrating swimming strokes and cross-lateral sequences.
Okay, that sounds way more dynamic.
It is whole body movement. Every part engages naturally because you've tapped into that holistic, inherent design.
This connects to another of Hughes's big ideas, right? That we are made to move in spirals and diagonals. How does that principle link to this wave gestalt?
Ah, yes. This explains why the wave approach works so powerfully and why linear, isolated exercise often feels, well, unnatural or even jarring.
Because our bodies aren't built like straight lines.
Our human movement architecture is fundamentally built on spirals and diagonals. We're talking about our connective tissues, the fascia, forming spiral lines across the body.
Okay.
Diagonal muscle chains that create incredible cross-body power. Think about throwing a ball. Our joints, especially the spine, shoulders, hips, they naturally move in helical twisting ways.
Like screws almost.
Kind of, yeah. And even our brain patterns, those deep cross-lateral patterns, require spiral coordination.
So traditional exercise, by being linear and isolated, is often kind of fighting against our natural design, which might explain why it can feel rigid or maybe even lead to injuries sometimes.
Precisely. It frequently tries to force the body into these unnatural linear boxes, working against our innate spiral and diagonal architecture.
Whereas the wave approach...
The wave approach works with this natural design. It embraces the spirals, the diagonals, and that makes every movement feel more natural, more powerful, more efficient.
It's a shift in thinking then,
Yeah.
from assembling parts to recognizing patterns?
Yes, pattern recognition over component assembly. Energy flow over mechanical control. Natural coordination over forced alignment. It's about tapping into the intelligence already in the body.
Wow. This really does sound like a complete shift in how we approach movement, maybe even how we understand our own bodies.
It truly is. And the universal wave principle suggests that really any move or exercise can be a wave.
Any move.
Any move.
Yeah.
So walking becomes wave energy transfer, not just steps. Strength training becomes spiral power flow. Stretching becomes diagonal energy expansion. Balance work becomes dynamic wave equilibrium, not just holding still.
It changes the quality of everything.
It leads to that instant quality change. Movement becomes more effortless, powerful, coordinated, maybe even joyful. It's about moving smarter, not just harder, by aligning with your body's natural genius.
This feels bigger than just exercise then. It sounds like a revolutionary approach to human learning, maybe even self-understanding.
I think it is. It signifies that profound shift, from analysis to synthesis, from control to flow, from effort to intelligence.
Right.
It transforms exercise into something more like an art form, a mode of self-expression. It's the evolution from just traditional fitness instruction to what you could truly call movement intelligence education.
Revealing what's already there, not just building something new.
Exactly, revealing potential.
So for our listener, wrapping this up, what's the biggest takeaway from this deep dive, from this dialogue between Hughes and the AI, exploring the invisible epidemic?
I think the core insight, really, for anyone involved in movement teachers, therapists, coaches, or just individuals moving through life is this. You can spend years teaching isolated parts with limited, often fragmented results.
The traditional way.
The traditional way, or R. You can choose to reveal the inherent wave nature of human movement, and when you do that, you can create instant transformation. You access capabilities the learner, or you yourself, didn't even know were there.
Because you're finally working with the design.
Because you're aligning with our fundamental design for spiral, diagonal, integrated movement. When teaching, or your own practice, aligns with that natural design, learning just accelerates. Movement becomes inherently more efficient, more powerful, more alive.
Remember those IWT participants feeling 10 years younger?
Exactly. Hughes's deeper insights suggest how that feeling happens. That vitality isn't just a random byproduct. It's a direct outcome of aligning with your body's innate design through that wave energy transfer.
So what does this all mean for us, the listeners, just going about our day?
Well, this deep dive, drawing on Terence Hughes' work in The Invisible Epidemic, it really reveals that maybe we don't need to learn how to move so much as we need to remember that we are movement.
We are movement.
We are waves, inherently designed for this spiral diagonal flow. And every exercise, every step you take is an opportunity to experience that natural intelligence.
It's about unlocking potential.
Unlocking capabilities you didn't even know you had, simply by aligning with your body's inherent wisdom, making visible all that stuff that usually falls through the cracks.
An incredible conversation captured there, illuminating what often gets missed. So for you, the listener, maybe consider, how might understanding your own wave nature, this idea of spiral and diagonal movement, change how you approach your physical activities, or even just moving through your daily life?
Yeah, where else might this principle apply? Moving with natural design rather than against it.
Definitely something to mull over. Until our next deep dive.